Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Supernatural on the CW, which is episode 3 of season 13 called Patience. And so overall, pretty good episode, guys. Especially like the return of a certain character from way back in season 1. But we'll talk more about that in a second. I just briefly want to show another magazine I got. I did this last week too with the Ultimate Guide to Supernatural from Entertainment Weekly. But for about $5 or $6, which was much cheaper than that was. I got one of the Halloween, Entertainment Weekly Supernatural covers, which is just really cool. Of course, Dean, rocking that chainsaw is awesome. You even got Castiel, Misha Collins with a sword there. But the best part, I gotta say, is Sam, Jared Padalecki there, holding what appears to be Lucille. Of course, the bat wrapped in barbed wire. So, yeah, not a bad deal. It's worth it alone just for that. If you're just a big fan of Supernatural, it's just kind of fun to collect these things when they come out, I guess. I wouldn't advise paying like $17 for them every time, but I just really wanted a guide, I guess, last week. But that is a pretty cool, thing as well, though. So there's just pictures like this throughout. It's kind of fun. But so Patience. This episode actually had a good amount of importance to it because not only did it feature the return of Missouri Moseley from season 1 of Supernatural. I hope you guys remember that character, by the way. She was actually slated to return earlier on, but something wasn't working with the actress. And according to the wiki, that's where they decided to create the character of Bobby Singer. So I think it worked out because Bobby's amazing and we all want him back, right? But nonetheless, she did appear in Home in season 1, where John was first shown in the present. She was the one, saying how he needs to go talk to his children and everything like that. But we never seen her again after that, which always felt a little bit odd. Felt like there could have been other times where they could have worked her into the story. It was nonetheless really good to see her here. But we'll get more into that in a minute. We find out she had this whole family, her son, she's distanced from him, sort of estranged from him, just due to, what happened to his wife and Patience's mother. She had predicted that his wife would survive, but, she didn't. So her son's kind of held out against her, and this has caused a distance and the lack of relationship between her and Patience, her granddaughter. And, Patience, let me just get the actress's name real quick. She has inherited, Missouri's powers, her psychic powers, and, just her ability to see into the future a little bit, potentially, at least vaguely. But Patience is played by Clark Bacco. And what's so important about her is not only does she inherit Missouri's abilities, but she's also going to be one of the main characters in the potential spin-off Wayward Sisters, which we're supposed to see the backdoor pilot to this season. I think it's supposed to be the 10th episode, so it will be in the back half of the season, so it won't be airing until next year technically, but it's still really important because of course Kim Rhodes, Jody Mills, is supposed to be our lead character along with I forget the other kind of off sheriff's name, but along with Claire, of course, and Alex and everything. But Patience is supposed to be a pretty important character alongside them for that. So assuming the backdoor pilot works, which I think it will, I could see at least like 3 to 4 seasons out of it. I don't think it needs a whole Supernatural run. But I do like Patience. I think she's all right so far. I can see how she could play a part in bringing bigger stories for that show to light. And I enjoyed this episode. I especially even liked the Sam and Jack part of it because Dean goes to help Missouri, but Sam thinks he needs to stay back and concentrate on trying to help Jack. And I thought some of the best scenes came out of this week because it's a parallel a lot of us sort of thought about. Sam sees a lot of himself in Jack, and he was the freak and the monster when he was dealing with those powers, the yellow eyes and everything, and also, Lucifer. He was this prodigy for a while, and different people were telling him different things to do with it, and whether he was good or evil, or like I said, some sort of freak. It's something we all kind of knew. It didn't really need to be explained to us, I guess, but I just thought Jared Padalecki really sold those scenes. It was some of the best acting I've seen from him. Probably the best performance I've seen from him this season, at least. So I like those scenes a lot, actually. He also tried to get Jack to move a pencil, but I think I think Jack's powers really come out in moments of severe stress and just, emotion. So I think Jack will probably find his place. At this point, I don't think Jack's going to go bad or anything. I don't think he's going to turn evil inside of his actual father, Lucifer. But, I'm not sure how long he's going to make it on the show either, so, we'll have to see how long this story plays out. But what we do see is him trying to reach Castiel at the end, which is awesome. We just see Castiel in this blank black space, but he appears to still be there somehow, somewhere, so, I'm sure we'll see the full-on return of Castiel within a few episodes at least, which will be good. We're all expecting it, but, Misha Collins is such a great presence on the show as a character now. We can't really go without him at this point, no matter how many times he dies and returns. Although it has taken away from the impact of all that, it's still good to have him on the show. So I'm excited for him to come back as a regular part, of course. Now, I've kind of been dancing around it. As far as how Missouri was handled this episode, I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, she's just killed off by the Wraith. I mean, I know she apparently, foresaw that if, she tried to have herself protected or, have it played differently, apparently Patience would have been killed or something along those lines. Or, maybe her son or something, I'm not sure. So she decides basically to sacrifice herself and let the Wraith kill her, knowing apparently that this path will cause Dean and the others to be more motivated and just, get the Wraith killed as quickly as possible. So I get that. I like that it was, Missouri's choice, for this to happen. It just really seems odd that there's no other way to do it. I really think if, Dean could have set up that Wraith himself. It wasn't like this is like a big, powerful foe or something like that. Dean's dealt with Wraiths before, and especially with Jody Mills' help, it seems like they could have set up something, and with Patience abilities, they could have set up something that would have kept Missouri alive as well, and also finally put down the Wraith. I didn't think it was that dangerous of a situation to think that Missouri had to, sacrifice herself like that. I know, sure, maybe it could have just spiraled out of control for the sake of the episode. Dean would have had more trouble with it than probably he should. It probably would have been a case like that, but I don't know. It just felt a little bit unnecessary just to kill off Missouri after bringing her back like this. I wish they would have kept her alive. They, in my opinion, they actually should have kept her alive for Wayward Sisters. She could have been a good supporting character on the show, and have her death come later on, but have her still play a bigger part in Patience growing, which she still did, but I think there's a lot more to do with her. So that part was a bit disappointing to me. I did like seeing her again, though. I do think it was better than last week's episode, which I rated an 8.8 out of 10. There's never a bad episode of Supernatural. But I'm rating this one an 8.9 out of 10. Almost a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I love the Sam and Jack scenes, as well as the Castiel reveal at the end, but how they handled Missouri, I think, was a bit unneeded. I also wish there would have been some kind of mention of John or something, because that's the last time we've seen her. But she does feel Dean's losses and just what he's carrying around with him and everything. But I wish they would have talked more, had a more one-on-one conversation about what's happened since and everything. I don't know. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I did like it, don't get me wrong. Just wish more would have been done with Missouri, perhaps. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.